Hello, welcome back to The Lost Archives for episode 15, part 2. How's everyone doing?
Yay!
Oh, good.
Perfect.
I'm sure the internet is fine as well.
I'm sure the internet's fine.
Yeah.
It looks like all the audio is working perfectly, which is what I wanted to check. So, where we last left off, our party have just enjoyed a lovely long rest in the Blackened Hearth, a tavern just on the outskirts of town. After a really nice, peaceful night's sleep, they are awoken by a gentle knocking at the doors to their various rooms. So one of the innkeepers, so one of the people who works for the tavern, has been sent up from downstairs. And as they knock, they go, "Yes, I've just been told to awaken you. You have a messenger from Blackgate Shipping & Co. They require your presence at the caravan dock just over the entrance to the town. Thank you." And this man basically goes and repeats this 3-4 times, depending on how many rooms you guys have rented out. As you guys head downstairs, there is some breakfast for you, packed up into the lunches, part of your agreement. The cost of the night was you get a breakfast as well, so that is provided for you. As you pick that up and begin heading down through the town, you can see that it is early morning, roughly sort of let's say about 6:30, 7 o'clock. Pretty early in the morning as you guys are heading through, and you can see the city's just starting to wake up again. But you pass through the market district, down along the main road, and arrive at a large double gate, outside of which is a large stables with a number of carts, wagons, and pack animals set up, which look like they're ready to head off. A number are horse-drawn or mule-drawn wagons. There's a number of passenger wagons and a number of carts bearing quite large amounts of goods. In total, there are 6 main carts and wagons moving through this area at the front. And then a little bit further off towards the side, you can see another 4 wagons off towards the side that seem to be made up of various, I would say, quite military-looking people dressed in very similar-looking armor, very sort of matching regalia. No signs or sigils or anything stand out, but they do seem to be wearing very similar clothing, and they're off to the side away from the main group. The rest of the wagons are very normal-looking people, very sort of normal-looking groups of people, and that's what you see.
Have we got our hoods up?
I assume you do.
Yep. Cool.
Might head over to the cart that's meant to be taken care of if it's sitting out there.
Yeah, you can actually see is standing there is Celebon over towards the side, and there is a wagon that looks to be fairly well made, with 2 horses hitched up already. And as you approach, he sort of waves you over. He goes, yes, well, the cart is ready. I've loaded it up, and the manifest is here. I believe that was for the dragon, and he hands the manifest to you, Mira. Right, well, that's everything I have.
I'll hand back the binder as well.
Oh, yes, thank you. He takes back the binder, and then he hands a pouch with 20 gold pieces in it to probably Mira as well. Right, well, now there is a...
I'll divide it up.
I think we're being shortchanged there a little bit, aren't we, buddy?
Yeah, 25, I believe.
Yes, 5 when you return.
Why do we have to come back?
You have to come back to let me know that the mission was a success regardless. I need to have the manifest ticked off and signed by the head of the town.
I thought we could send word with the reeve.
Oh, yeah. No. Make me a persuasion check, Mira.
I'm getting overconfident.
13. Very well. And he pulls out another 5 gold.
Perfect.
Send it back urgently, though.
Of course.
Now, those of you who are going to be hired as guards... Oh, yes, sorry?
I was just going to say that... Mira, did you want to just double check that we've got the right count for all the goods inside?
Oh, yes, I do. She'll go and make a list. Inventory.
And is it a closed wagon?
It is a closed wagon. Right, well, for those of you who were going to be working as caravan guards, you will be working for On Evanmore. And he points over towards a wagon. He is an independent wagon master. He's going to be hauling some goods to the markets up to the north. I believe he's taking a ship from up north across into the Orc territories after this. You'll be working for him. Those of you who are travelling with him, On Evanmore. And he points over.
Thank you very much for your. We'll see you when we return.
I thought you were not returning. Wasn't that the point of the river? If you return. Okay. Well, that sounds good. Yes, thank you. Right, I best be off. Good luck on the journey, and may your road be safe.
Then I'll get up into the wagon, start preparing everything, check the horses.
Fantastic. Yes, so that's my next question. Who is on this wagon? Who is going to go and work for On Evanmore as a caravan guard? Or are you guys just going to not even bother?
Oh, I think we should have the big tough people sitting on the caravan. So I'm going to pull myself up and stand guard on top.
And considering I'm proficient, I should sit up front.
Yep, you are the only one who can actually drive it. Yep.
I think Emeric and I were going to go and volunteer ourselves as tribute guards.
Okay, absolutely. And Gloria, I imagine you're not going to do anything that involves work?
I will perhaps find a comfortable seat on the... on the load?
It's like a wagon, so there's 3 seats up the front. But if you sort of move inside the wagon and rearrange some of the crates and barrels, you reckon you could set up a nice little nook in there?
Alright, I rearrange everything to make myself a nice little sitting room.
Okay. You've got enough time that you can succeed in this. It's not particularly spacious, shall we say, but it is comfortable. Especially if you pull out your bedroll and tent and use those as like cushions and things like that. You've got a little area in here that you can set up quite nicely. So then we've got at the front of the cart, Emeric and Azure. No, sorry.
Wiltix and Azure.
Wiltix is at the front of the cart. And then Emeric and Mira are heading over to On Evanmore. Okay, well, let's go with Emeric and Mira. Fantastic. So yeah, you guys walk over towards this half-orc man. Sorry, I should say he's an orc man. In Nostea, I've mentioned this before, all half-orcs are basically like the orcs that follow the teachings of Melora, whereas the traditional orcs are the ones who follow the teachings of Grommush. So I've sort of split the orcish race in two. For the purposes of this, the orcs who followed Melora are just half-orcs. But yeah, you see a half-orc male, green skin, slight tusks, very strong-looking man with a number of large tattoos. And what you know from the orcish culture is that they generally tattoo their stories of their people, their own personal stories and things like that on their skin, and they have these very intricate flowing tattoos. You can read an entire clan's history from the skin of one of their members.
Yeah, right.
As you look over, this man is sitting on top of the wagon. Behind is a covered wagon. However, you can hear, because I think Azure's passive perception... What's your passive perception, Emeric?
11.
And Mira, what's yours?
12.
12. So, Emeric, you don't hear this.
10, sorry.
Okay, no, neither of you hear this then. No, neither of you hear anything. As you guys carry on, you see him standing up. He seems to be sort of sitting on top of the wagon where his horse is set up. And he has a bird cage next to him with this beautiful golden plumaged bird. And he's just sort of looking over, occasionally grabbing some seed out of a pocket and handing it to this bird.
All right, so yeah, we'll both walk up, I guess, and
yeah.
As we approach, I'll sort of greet him. I'll be like, how's it going there, friend? We're the caravan guards for you today. So I'm like, he sees big 6'4" guy with a big helmet on the back. So yeah. I feel like he'd be. I look like a person who can handle themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. As you walk over, he goes, "How do you know? So, who sent you?"
Mira, do you remember the name?
Cerebon, yeah. Celadon, was it? He told me that he had a couple of, shall I say, people to work for me. That's fantastic news. Has he told you the rates that I'll be charging? Or that I'll be paying, I should say?
No, he didn't mention.
It's going to be 5 gold per 10 day. So work hard and I'll pay you plenty of extra.
Perfect. Sounds good, my friend.
Wonderful. Now, have you got yourselves some tents to keep yourselves dry at night?
I think I actually do have that.
I think both of you do from the previous camp. You actually
Yeah,
stole
we
some
do.
from the you stole some from the Order of the Dragon.
Yeah, we did.
Great, because I don't have any of that to prepare you for the journey.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, we got ourselves covered.
Great, that's good to know. We'll be leaving pretty soon. Will you be traveling with me or with your companions back there? And he points back towards the Azure, Wiltix, and you can't really see Gloria anymore, but he points back towards them. So you're not arriving as a group? You don't want to travel with them?
It's all right,
We can
friend.
travel in tandem.
It's all right, friend. We're contracted out for you for this one, so I'll make sure that your cargo's all safe and sound. They're on their own little mission over there.
Okay, I'm sure it's none of my business.
So as we sort of go onto like his caravan or whatever, or right along his caravan, what I'll do is I'll actually put the hood on in the presence of that caravan in particular.
Yep.
So they can still see me and talk to me and stuff like that, but everyone on the outside,
Yeah. So his wagon is completely full, and it's completely closed off, but there are 2 seats up at the front, and there's 2 seats on the side too, built in, that look to be custom added to the cart to allow people to sit as the cart travels along. You suggested traveling in tandem, didn't you?
Mira
I
did.
think I heard Mira say that. Yeah, sorry, he would have responded to that. I won't say no to having more people with me to look after. Make sure that I don't get taken out if bandits happen to attack. Fine with me.
Penguin up.
A penguin up.
Penguin
Yes.
up.
It's an old
Sure.
Dragonborn saying.
Right, okay. If that's what you say, then that's what it is.
What do you peddle in, merchant?
Birds.
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 I look in the back.
Yeah, he'll come around and pull aside the curtains to show you cages upon cages of exotic birds.
They're beautiful.
Aye, they are. I'm taking them back to my people, traveling via the northern road, and then taking a ship back around to the south, selling them on the way. My people have a love for colour. I'm hoping I can make a bit of coin from this lot.
And whereabouts are you from?
I'm an orc. I'm from all of the ocean cities.
Quick question there for you, friend. Can you tame these said birds and have them as a companion, sort of like a pet?
Oh,
Oh
Emeric
my
just
God.
wants a friend. It's just really sad.
No, not so much as a pet, but not so much as a companion, but to keep them as a pet. As long as they're in the cage and you keep their wings clipped, they won't fly away.
So I like can't have him on my shoulder or anything like that.
You can. I can't guarantee he'll stay there.
Okay. I'm a bit. Emeric's a little deflated.
Just become a warlock and take Pact of the Chain. Come on. Fantastic. And then, yeah. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do while the caravan's getting ready to head out? Or do we want to do a bit of a skip ahead to when the caravan takes off?
I was thinking about doing a wander around to the culty caravan and
Well, yeah, we should
if we
probably
can make a friend.
definitely should be doing some scouting.
Yeah.
A bit of
alright, so-
recon.
yeah, Wiltix and Azure, do you guys want to travel together?
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
right. That sounds good.
And then I
Leaving
want to talk to
Gloria in
Gloria
charge of the
after
wagon?
that. Yeah, can I talk to Gloria after the boys?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So Gloria's gonna. I just want to check that Azure and Wiltix are comfortable leaving Gloria in charge of the wagon.
Good point.
Oh, yeah.
I won.
Oh.
Do it.
It's
I'll
not
be
like
there.
you can drive it anywhere, so it's fine.
Maybe I'll stay at the caravan and check the horses, make sure all the we've got food, make sure we've got supplies, and then just while I'm doing that, just keep an eye out, see what I can see around us, see who's paying attention to the cart, see if there's kind of just if there are people paying attention to us as well.
Well, look, what Emeric will do then is he'll see Wiltix sort of go off on his own, and he's intrigued to what he's getting up to, so he might actually tag along and follow.
Okay, absolutely. So, whoever is going for a bit of investigation, you guys can roll investigation or perception checks.
Alright.
Investigation or persuasion?
Investigation or perception checks.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Wait, Azure, are you going and...
No, I'm staying at the cart.
You're just going to look around from the cart.
Yeah.
I'm not so crash hot at it.
16 for myself.
Alright, so we'll do Emeric first. Emeric, as you look around, you see a number of merchant wagons, you see a number of passenger wagons that seem to be loaded up with a number of people who look to be heading north with this group. Nothing really stands out to you as being of interest. Wiltix, investigation. As you move around what did you call them? The culty caravans?
The culty caravans?
Yeah, as you move around this group of 4 wagons with these people dressed in very similar clothing, you can actually see that they are unloading stuff. And they look to have just arrived at the front gate. Yeah, I see your confused face. They look to be unloading a number of goods. Crates and boxes filled with various urns and pottery and things like that. And emerging from behind one of the wagons is a human man dressed in khaki, sort of a khaki vest with a hat, a fedora, and a whip, and general sort of exploratory clothing. And as he sort of moves around, he's looking over all this stuff that's being unloaded, just nodding, smiling. He's got a bit of a look. He's like, yes, it's great this stuff's going to be in a museum. This is fantastic. It's wonderful. The Ocean Museum will very benefit from all of this stuff.
Oh, I'm going to walk around, just have a peek into a few of the crates and everything like that, and see if I can introduce myself to one of the cult guys, or one of the guards, I suppose, unloading the stuff and go...
As you sort of approach these guards, they look up, they seem to be sort of workers, but dressed in very similar armor and sort of wielding various states of weapons. One of them nods, looks towards you. It's a young tiefling lass, probably in her early 20s, who smiles as you approach, and goes, "Yes, how may I help you?"
Oh, just thought I'd come over and introduce myself, seeing as looks like we'll be travelling together. That their caravan is mine. Me and my big friend here are joining in for the trip.
Oh no, we've just arrived. We've just come back. We're not travelling as part of the caravan. We're unloading.
Oh, we were told that you guys might be sticking along. I always like having more friends around. Where have you been?
Oh, we've been from the south. We were investigating the tomb of Altun, a lost ancient the wonderful Jones took us there. Dr. Jones is fantastic. He's taken us on an expedition. We're students of his.
Oh, fantastic. Have I heard of this tomb before, Owen?
You can make me a history check.
I'm standing right there as well. I'm actually going to do an insight check on her.
Yeah, you can do an insight check. 22. Wiltix, you probably, I'd say that in your childhood you used to love myths and legends. 8 for Emeric's insight.
Sorry about it.
Wiltix, as a child, you used to love myths and legends, and you remembered one of your favourites as a child growing up was the lost tomb of Altun. He was supposed to be a very powerful wizard who... yeah, you're enjoying this, Claire. He was supposed to be a very powerful wizard who... at the height of his power, he was said to have been able to even challenge the gods. This is well before the fall and well before the ruin. But he was supposed to have conquered death, but then somehow mysteriously died. And there were reports and suspicions that his prentice was somehow involved. He was known as Altun the Wise. And yeah, it was said that he conquered death, but then somehow, he seemed to manage to die. And the apprentice was his role in this was called into question, but Altun himself was buried deep below the earth, somewhere towards the south of Oshia, but the location of the tomb has remained lost for as long as the story's been alive. No one's ever found it. But from the sound of it, it seems like this group have been hot on the trail.
Oh, so these pots and whatnot, are they the most interesting thing you've found so far, or anything else a little bit more intriguing?
Make me a persuasion check, Wiltix. 15. She sort of looks over, glances at the others, and leans in close. Well, there is a rod, a staff that we found that Dr. Jones reckons we could use to actually gain access to the tomb itself. So our next step is to get that cleaned up. We'll get some wizards to have a look at it, and then we're gonna head back out again in a couple of weeks.
Oh, fantastic! That sounds so interesting. Is it in one of these crates here, or is it?
Oh, no. Dr. Jones carries that on his person.
Oh, well, if I just peer over to him, can I see it anywhere on his person?
Doesn't seem to be visible to the naked eye. You suspect that he's probably got it slightly hidden away.
Oh, I'll turn to the person and go, oh, it must be a pretty small staff then if I can't see it.
Yes, it's sort of a rod more than a staff. It's about 2 foot long.
2 foot long. Oh, well, it depends who you're asking about. Who you're asking when it comes to big or small. I'm
yes, sorry. Yes,
half my size. So,
my apologies. Sorry. Yes, it's a perfect length. It's a fantastic length.
Exactly. No, perfect. Do you think you could introduce me to good old Doctor?
I could take you over to have a chat to Dr. Jones. Yes, I'm sure that'd be okay.
Fantastic. I'd love to. Call on Dr. Jones.
Okay. She sort of hurries over towards him, tugs on his sleeve. He looks down with a bit of a confused look. She pulls his head down and whispers into his ear. He glances up and looks in your direction, Wiltix and Emeric. Looks a bit sort of confused and then looks back at her and goes, shrugs, starts wandering over towards you guys with her just behind him. As he approaches, you see, the man in his probably 40s to 50s. I'm describing Indiana Jones just in case you hadn't picked up on that.
Exactly. I was going to call myself short round, so it's fine.
Yeah. Basically, it's Indiana Jones who approaches you. He steps up and looks at you and goes, is there something I can do to help you, lads?
Oh, just, been hearing about all your adventures and everything, Dr. Jones, and I'd like to meet the legend in person.
Well, I'm just a university teacher. I'm just an archaeologist, not a hero.
That's it's very, very humble of you, but no, I'd love to bend your ear and hear about all of your adventures and everything. But I've been told recently you've been looking for the tomb of. Can't remember the name now.
Altun.
Altun. Yeah.
Well, you'll read all about it when the display's up in the museum.
Oh, well, unfortunately, I'm travelling with this caravan here, and I won't be coming back to the museum anytime soon. Do you think I could get a sneak peek at some of the things that I might be able to see?
Make me a persuasion check, Wiltix.
I'm trying to, use his ego to try and... that's right, performance. Oh.
I think it's the same anyway, though, because performance and persuasion are both -1.
Anyway.
They're both -1.
Yeah. He just looks at you and goes, look, I'd love to show you, but unfortunately I just, eyes might be watching, and you never know who's going to be after this stuff. I'm sorry. But when you return, I should have hopefully discovered even more than just what we've come back with on this trip.
Oh, that's such a shame, because I hear that you've got a staff or something like that, which sounds incredible, amazing.
He looks over at the tiefling at this point and looks back at you and goes, that is very much on a need-to-know basis.
Oh, well, look, just thought I'd offer my services. I'm with a team that travels around everywhere, and if there's any kind of information that you might be looking for, I'd be more than happy to help. Say if there's something that goes with the staff, maybe amulet that has to sit in top or something like that.
amulet. It's given me an idea. Thanks very much. What's your name?
Again, I want to call myself short and round if it is Dr. Jones, but no, Wiltix. Wiltix is the name.
Wiltix. Pleasure to meet you. Shakes your hand. I might try and track you down if I've got any further questions, but for the moment, you've given me a pretty good idea.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Come along, Serenity. And he points to the tiefling. Yes, of course, sir. Yeah, come. And they immediately begin heading off straight through the main gate towards the city. Perfect. Gloria and Mira.
Yes. So Gloria's sitting on top of in the cart or on top of the cart?
I think Gloria's probably in the cart at this point, right? Like you've made your little nest.
My nest. Yeah.
Mira will kind of come up and go, oh, excuse me. Hi. Are you busy at all, Gloria?
That depends.
I feel like we didn't get off to the right start, but I can see you're very capable, and I just wanted to say I very much admired what you were trying to do in the bar last night. Don't think I noticed.
I feel like Gloria is going to be a bit taken aback that Mira's noticed, but she's suitably flattered by the compliment, so I think she's going to continue to tolerate Mira.
I actually was wondering if maybe you could either teach me or if you knew how I could try and change my appearance, because I stand out a lot and this is becoming a bit of a problem.
Is that something I can teach, Owen? I don't.
You know the spell Disguise Self. It's tricky. If she were a bard, maybe you might be able to help her with that. But you don't get the sense she's a bard.
Or know where I could purchase. She doesn't know she's a bard either. Mira doesn't know that she's a bard. She just saw the magic.
But Mira, Gloria, you would probably know that there are other ways you can disguise yourself. You've probably used disguise kits in the past. There are magic items you can purchase as well that have the same effect as spells.
Yeah, you'll have to buy something to be as good at it as I am.
Oh, I have gold. Do you have contacts?
Do I have contacts? Oh,
It's a good question.
I feel like I'm going to act like I do regardless.
Yeah, I'd say Gloria probably would know one or two people who she can go to for items that she requires. Yeah.
Anyone nearby?
Yeah, I'd say in the market. Yeah, you would know. Let me quickly pull open. You would know. There is a Goliath trader that you know who occasionally deals in illicit goods. And they're only like a 5-10 minute walk from here, and occasionally have items of stolen in nature, shall we say, and they redistribute these items.
I know the
And that's
perfect
what you would know.
redistribution center for you, Mira. Comes as I was gonna say comes as dirty as you look.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
But that seems a bit much.
I mean,
I would say Mira is the cleanest out of all of us.
Yeah.
Mira actually kind of, you see, probably Gloria would notice, she glances at her right hand, which is the red side, just very quickly.
Ooh.
Well, I would owe you very much if we could try and get that before we left, if that's at all possible.
I think I could find time. Alright. And I'll take Mira there.
Okay.
If we have time.
Yeah, you've got time. Yeah, it's only going to take you a little bit of time to get there. Perfect. Alrighty. So yeah, we'll follow you guys then as you head back into the markets. This is perfect. Let me just quickly pull open. So the map as it stands is currently correct, and what I can do, we'll just move these other guys out of the way. Here we go. So we'll just move all of you guys back over here, and then Gloria and Mira Mira.
Ew.
I've missed saying that.
Missed that person.
Here we go. Yeah, as you guys come back into the market here, there we go. Perfect, Gloria. You know that the stall you need to go to is this one directly to the south, just here. As you guys head through the fountain, you can see that the bodies, the bloodstains on the side have been cleared up. It looks like people have returned to the markets in force. You don't know if they've discovered the bodies or not.
Oh, what a pleasant market!
Sure.
Nothing bad can happen here.
Yeah, that's it.
Not a one bloodstain.
Why are you so specific, Gloria?
Nothing.
And Gloria, you see down towards the south is the Goliath contact who you know, whose name is Torn, Thorn. It's not Thorn, it's Torn. And
I'm torn.
Torn. And he seems to be sort of operating his stall. Doesn't seem to be anyone currently talking with him. He's just sort of looking out, going over his items again in detail. Large, tall, grey-skinned humanoid with these very intricate facial tattoos that go all the way down his back. These very sort of isometric designs. And as he spots you approaching Gloria, he goes, "Ah, Gloria, what have you brought for me today? Looking to purchase or looking to sell?"
Depends. How much
you
need for her?
Ha! You're very funny. Very funny.
No, we're looking for a magical item that might help to conceal some of my friend.
Right.
She's quite
will not
large,
be
you
cheap. Yeah, I see. It will not be cheap. Such items come at great personal cost to myself to acquire.
I turn around and look at Mira. That's right, look at Mira. Say, Mira, are you cheap?
Nice.
Uh-oh.
How much money do I have, actually? This has been
Not
a problem
much.
since before.
Not much.
I swear to God I have more than 24 gold, but I probably don't.
No, all our worth is in the manor.
Oh, great.
Most of it anyway, yeah.
Yeah, all our net worth is the manor. We don't actually have that much gold. I think
Cool.
overall as a collective, other than what you have in your character sheet, I think as a collective we have like 40 gold like between us all.
Guys, we're such great adventurers. We're just
Hang on,
so
the
good.
investment of an entire guild hall that you own
Yeah,
and
that's true.
staff.
That's
I
it's
reckon,
easily
yeah.
worth like thousands of gold.
True.
So in that way we are well off. We just don't have a lot of like gold.
Ready cash. I have some gold. How
Okay,
much would it cost?
Looking for most likely hat of disguise. Allows you to cast disguise self at will. I can get for maybe 6,000 gold.
There
Oh.
it is. I knew it was coming.
Do you have
Barter him
maybe
down
a
to 20.
maybe a sock of disguise?
Do you have that
Sock
in
of
the Aldi
disguise.
version?
Ha! To disguise foot. I can organize this as well.
A potion or
Potion I can get. Will only last for a couple hours though. Is this what you want?
it might do in a pinch.
See, what I find funny is you're going to all this trouble when we literally have cloaks that like disguise our like presence.
Yeah, but I'm just
Body
thinking
paint.
I might need some more. Or a disguise kit. Does he have a disguise kit?
Ah, disguise kit I can do. Disguise kit will set you back. Let me quickly pull open ledger of cost of prices. Disguise kit will cost. Let me quickly see how much it cost. Oh, it's on a very back page of my thing to look through. I could do for 25 gold pieces.
Damn.
He looks towards Gloria. Special price for friends of Gloria. Can do 20.
How about 15?
Oh, she already got a
fif-
discount and she's pushing it lower.
15 is undercutting cost of making item. Make me a persuasion check, Mira. It's gonna be a tough one. 12.
That's what
I
the
like your
fuck
gumption.
is.
I will do 18.
17. She's just
Oh
getting
my-
excited.
No, I will do 18. You will pay 18 gold.
Deal.
Okay, I fetch now. He literally just goes underneath the stall, comes out with a pouch containing a number of prosthetic, sort of like fake skins and things like that. Some paints, fake beards and hairs that you can arrange. Yeah, just basically a standard disguise kit. Here you go.
Thank you. Nice to do business with you.
He takes the gold, looks at Gloria. You have any special items for me, Gloria, to sell? Things you have acquired?
I don't know. Let me see.
Ooh, I might check that too.
Oh,
You can
so
follow the map that I gave you
Wait.
last time, Mira.
do I have a disguise kit?
Yeah, you do.
Oh well.
Oh dear.
That's more for you to use. Probably Mira has her own.
You're not going to
I
share
have-
makeup brushes.
I don't think there's anything.
Would you
he
share
want.
that?
Is my
Probably not.
loot important to me, Owen?
That's up to you.
Because I don't really care about it.
That's
But
up to you.
I don't know if it's special.
So that's up to you. That's your decision.
Nah, I'll keep it. Sorry, Torn. Not today. But I hope to come back with I don't know, something amazing.
You still tracking group of dragon people?
Maybe.
You steal items from them and bring them back to me. I sell them for good price.
See how it works out.
And if you get in the dragon scale, I can make them into make a fake version of them, make a molds, and then I can sell fake dragon scale to stupid people in town.
Perfect.
Oh, well, if you need a mold, I can. Would a
Cozy?
Dragonborn scale help?
No, your scale's too small. I need full dragon scale.
Oh, I have something. Can she hold up the spike of confusion poison that she found?
Oh, what is this?
It's poison spike.
Oh, I will pay you 10 gold for.
15.
No, I will pay you 10 gold for.
Okay.
He'll hand you 10 gold. He'll take the spike. Oh, I look forward to testing this.
Yes, it's quite effective, I can attest.
Gloria, come closer. Oh, you're no fun. Any more things to sell or to purchase?
I think that's it for me for today.
Okay, you bring back more stolen things for me, Gloria. You make me happy, man.
Don't I already?
Tis true. Tis true, you make me happy, man, already. What about you, Dragon?
I am very well served, thank you. Thank you, sir.
A pleasure. You're welcome back here anytime. Now
And
go.
I
You
will
scare away
keep my eye out
customers.
for objects as well. Maybe I could, through Gloria, if you have contacts. I'm always looking for more contacts.
If you ever have things that you can't sell because they're recognizable by people who want those things back, come to me. I can find ways to sell things that you normally could not sell. Perfect, alrighty. And then with that, you guys can head on back to the caravan group. Azure, while you are on the caravan, just looking out, keeping an eye on things, just generally having a bit of a look around, you spy at the very, very front of the caravan, you actually recognize someone. Just a normal human man whose face seems oddly familiar. You're pretty certain you've seen this man in the camp way back in Green Nest. as one of the cultists, but he is dressed completely differently. He is completely matching the rest of the merchants, guards. He is currently dressed as if he were just a normal person, but his face you do recognize.
Okay.
And he seems to be sort of hanging around one of the front caravans. It is completely indistinguishable from the rest of the group, but you do recognize his face as you see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any distinguishable things on his caravan that I could make sure that I just don't forget which one he's on?
Yeah. With your role, you absolutely have. Sorry, didn't mean to bump the mic. You absolutely can remember him and remember the caravan that he's hanging around with. This particular caravan, the wood is a little bit of a darker wood, and it seems to have a few fairly distinctive grains and ripples through the wood that you reckon you could recognize again if you spotted it.
Okay. Is there anything about his caravan that, anything that he's loading on that looks suspicious? Or I suppose just take note of what he's loading on.
Just looks like boxes and crates currently loaded on, that are then covered with a very large tarp.
Okay.
Hard to know what is there and underneath.
Is there anyone else with him, or anyone that's paying attention to him?
There's another person who he comes over and talks to for a little bit, this female half-elf, and then he heads back around the front. The people sort of milling around the wagons, it's hard to know who belongs to the wagon and who is just travelling past, who's part of the larger caravan, who's just a merchant. It's hard to say.
Okay. All right. I suppose I'll just make sure that I keep an eye on them and know that when they leave, we leave. But just try not to be sus about it. Just kind of keep looking out the corner of my eye, and while I'm doing everything else, and not eyeing off other people, but just seeing what everyone else is doing. If there's other people that come up to the wagon, not necessarily talk to him, but come to the wagon.
Yeah. I will actually add one more thing. What you do see is you see a man and his son walk up towards this caravan, and you can see that a number of people are sort of paying merchants to allow them to ride on the wagons. A number of merchants are taking the gold. He immediately turns them down. As soon as they go to offer gold and point at the wagon, he just immediately flat out turns them down. It looks like there's plenty of space. There are some seats on the side, but just flat out turns them down and directs them back towards one of the other wagons, towards the back of the caravan. The man and his son sort of look a bit confused and then walk away. That is something else you see with your super high perception check.
All right. Thank you.
My pleasure.
Cool. I'll keep an eye on them.
Perfect. By this point, I'd say that Emeric and Wiltix's interaction with O'Shea and Jones is over. Gloria and Mira have just arrived back with the group, so you guys are ready to head on out. As the caravans begin to head off, you see a man on a horse, a very large white horse. This is a half-elf man. Comes around to the front, and behind him is another similarly dressed guardsman. And then following him on a pure black stallion is a large half-elf woman dressed in very, very beautiful armor, with the sigil of Paladin and the O'Shean Empire on it. These sort of crossed leaves and branches. And as she steps up, you can see that half of her head has been completely shaved, the other half is cropped very, very short. She looks over the lot and goes, "Right, so we're going to be heading out very soon. Make sure you've got all your things together. We're going to be leaving. The O'Shea Guard will protect you for the first 2 days, then we need to head back. Now's the time to get your wagons ready, your people loaded. We're leaving. Any questions?" She looks out across the group. A man puts his hand up. She goes, "I'm not answering questions. Get your things ready." Jesus. Puts his hand down slowly, turns and begins loading up his wagon. And she begins sort of heading back towards the gate. You can see a number of other guards are now walking out from the gates, dressed in traveling gear, not their heavy armor and regalia, more of a lighter, much sort of easier, manageable armor for walking. And Gloria, you would recognize this as probably one of the heads of the City Watch. You would know her name is Celine, and she is the commander of the Outer Watch. Her job is to maintain the outside city, the surrounding land of the city and the outskirts of the city. And her job is to send guards out with wagons and caravans to help keep them safe for the first little bit. And then as soon as they're out of her territory, she doesn't give a shit about them anymore. Guards come back.
My kind of woman.
Yeah, look, I'd say you might have even interacted with her once and twice. She's just as brusque as you are. Perfect. Now, what did you guys want to do? Or are you happy to head out?
I'm
Yeah.
happy to head out at the moment.
Happy to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, Emeric would probably just go to the caravan that him and Mira guards of, and
With Owen.
yep. So he'll walk up to them without his cloak on, and then as he gets on the cart and in just view of that cart, he'll put the cloak back on so everyone else can't really see him, but other than that cart.
Okay. Perfect. Wiltix Azure, you're on the wagon with Gloria. Mira, you're with Emeric. Perfect. Okay, that's everyone. Fantastic. You guys head on out. For the first part of the day, the first sort of half day, you find that the trail, that the roads are very well kept. It's a very easy journey. Number of people walking alongside the wagons. You can see that a number of people, some people are riding horses, but most seem to be walking beside the wagons, or some who've paid merchants to ride aboard are sort of climbing up on the wagons. Every so often, kids who are sort of walking with their parents might run up and jump onto the back of a wagon briefly until those on board shout at them to get off. Again, Azure, with your super high perception, you again notice people trying to board this wagon that you've identified, this darker wood wagon with the man you've identified as a cultist. Again, being turned away as soon as they try and climb aboard, told to back off.
Okay.
Even offering gold, told to just back away. But yeah, for the first half day, you guys travel along, and it's just a lovely sunny day. You occasionally pass people coming the other way, heading back towards the city, but for the most part it's pretty quiet because you're leaving so early in the morning. It doesn't seem to be too busy on the roads, and you have a very comfortable first half day. The wagons stop very, very briefly after about 4 or 5 hours just to feed and water the horses. While this is happening, you can see that the wagons sort of pull off the road. There doesn't seem to be any wagons bunching up and forming little cabals, I think is what you guys were going to ask me next. Doesn't look like any of the wagons are joining together and keeping themselves separate. Azure, the wagon that you saw and you've identified as probably one of the cultist wagons, is off by itself with a couple of people on board, and doesn't seem to be any people coming and going from that wagon. It's very hard to identify. The first little bit is very...
How many wagons all together are there on? Sorry,
There
did
are
you say that
8.
already?
8, yeah. But yeah, as you carry along, the next sort of half...
Does the city guard, the commander of the city guard, does she pay any attention to that front wagon at all?
She hasn't come along. She has just sent her guards with the wagon. There's only about 8 guards, 2 at the front, 4 in the middle, and 2 at the back. And they're generally some of them are chatting to the merchants and the people traveling. Some of them are just completely ignoring everyone around them and just focusing on the job that they have to do. They if you wanted to chat to any of them, you absolutely can.
That's all right. I'm just listening at the moment, I think. Just kind of taking it all in.
Okay. Could I have someone roll me a d20? And I think we'll make Alice. Can you roll me a d20?
Yeah, except that I don't know where to find it on the thing.
Oh, just in roll 20.
I literally just click the dice, don't I? Done.
You can do that too.
Did that work? Roll. Oh, you guys can't see it, but it's a 15.
15, okay. I trust you.
Nat 20.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, so 15. For the second half of the journey, the road now starts to become a bit more backwater. It's looking like it's not as well kept. There's a number of potholes, and the wagons are occasionally juddering over sections that haven't been as well looked after. The guards at the front are making a complaint about the state of the roads and that it should be fixed immediately. That the pathfinders have been failing in their jobs of maintaining the roads. But apart from that, not much else very interesting happens. as you guys get towards the late evening, one of the guards at the very front points towards an empty patch of land over towards the side of the road, near a copse of woodland, and calls back out that that's where you'll be stopping for the night. The wagons lead off towards this area and form a large circle around an old bonfire set up in the middle. And people generally pretty quickly get to work rebuilding and rekindling this bonfire. For the evening, for those of you who are with On, which is Mira and Emeric, for the journey while you guys are traveling, On is not really that talkative. He doesn't really have much to say to you guys. But as it gets towards the evening, he pulls a large wineskin out of the seat underneath and begins taking a couple of strong drafts of this very, very potent smelling alcoholic drink. And he sort of looks over towards you guys after he's had one or two of these mouthfuls, and says, "Hey, would you like some?"
Oh, go on then. I'll give it a bit of a shot.
Aye, go then. Take a little sip of this. And he hands you this wine.
I'll have a sip.
Yeah. Make me a Constitution saving throw, please, Emeric.
Why not? Let's do it.
11. This stuff is potent. You get, it's almost like a flavor of banana. It's a tropical pineapple banana sort of flavor. Closely followed by an incredibly potent alcohol taste as this thing hits you very hard and you feel this warmth burn down your throat as you gasp for breath. He laughs just sort of very heartily. Not every man can have a taste of the orcish brew.
I wasn't expecting that, I'll be honest, but it might have been my own fault. It went down the wrong hole.
It does work better when you swallow it.
No, it's good stuff, bud. Good stuff.
Yeah, good stuff
a
indeed.
little bit harsher than what I normally sort of jump into, but no, definitely good stuff, my friend.
And Mira, would you like any?
Well, I look at Emeric.
Oh, then Mira, get into it. Get stuck in, love. Come on.
All right.
Mira, make me a Constitution saving throw.
As a sorcerer, you should have pretty high con, actually.
12.
12. Same thing as Emeric. As you taste this, again, this potent sort of tropical banana pineapple flavor hits your tongue, which is not what you were expecting. And then you feel the burn of the alcohol. Yeah, you feel a little bit tipsy from this, Emeric as well. A little bit tipsy as you feel this very strong alcohol into your system and push down.
Should be on guard. That's very nice, but I'll have it back.
Hey, it's your choice. You choose. You make your choices and let them guide you on your way.
That's true. That's true.
Me, I let the waves make my choices for me.
As we are talking to him, though, I'll go to him. Hey, do you know any of the other caravans at all? Like, are these any of your compatriots? Do you know any of the other ones?
It's first time traveling across the. Sorry, that's more Irish, Scottish. Let me switch back to the. Okay. No, I don't know any of these people. I've not traveled with them before. It's not a route I've taken many times. This is my first time traveling across the land. Mostly I've been an ocean goer. This is all new to me.
No, I've got you. I myself have never really been on the ocean too much. Stuck more to the land myself. Mercenary background and all that sort of stuff.
Oh, if you're looking for a fight, there's nothing better than pirates. A real taste of combat if you want to fight a pirate.
Well, definitely that could be one day. Always looking to take on new adversaries.
Oh, good, yeah. I was worried that you were going to become a pirate, but taking on pirates, that's a much better task.
Well, let's just say it has crossed my mind before.
As you say that,
I give him a wink.
Sort of a dark.
I give him a wink. I do it in a jovial manner.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There still seems to be a bit of a darkening as you say that, and he turns back towards the front and focuses on leading the cart once more. Gloria, Azure, and Wiltix, you guys in your wagon, what would you guys be doing while the journey while the journey is underway?
Is this while the journey's on, or while we're sitting around at night?
As we're approaching the rest stop.
Would have informed Azure about my lovely interaction with Dr. Jones, and told him that there's no cultists back there, and might have asked if he's seen anything.
And I'll explain that very as quietly as possible that I have noticed that there is a cart up ahead, and I'm almost certain that it belongs to the cultists. They've turned away 3 or 4 travelers in the time that we've been traveling.
Oh,
and I recognize that man from the Battle of Green Nest.
Oh, very interesting. I might have to try and introduce myself a little bit later and see. Possibly not best if we let Mira hang around with them, though.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea, but I'm trying not to get too close. If I can recognize them, they could probably recognize us, so... Yeah.
True.
You hear all of that, Gloria.
Yeah. So I'd be listening to them, and I'd also be looking around trying to suss out who looks like a bit of a leader near that cultist caravan that they pointed out.
Yeah, as Azure points it out, do you want to make me a perception or an insight check?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so slow at this.
That's okay.
Oh, don't be sorry.
What, perception or investigation?
Insight. Perception or insight, up to you.
I'll do perception.
One day we'll roll real dice again.
But it is not
It still won't stop me from asking which one to roll, let's face it.
Just roll the d20 and just hope that it's the right one.
Hope for the best.
Yeah, 14.
Oh, it's not coming up for us, but that's okay. 14.
Sorry.
Oh, I can see it.
There it is. No, it's all right. It's there. It just took a second for my screen. 14. Yeah, as you look, doesn't seem to be anyone giving orders. Doesn't seem to be anyone taking directions or following instructions. It doesn't look like there is a leader with them right now, from what you can tell. Doesn't seem to be anyone giving them orders or giving instructions.
Another group in need of a brain.
As the wagons form up the circle for the evening and you've arrived at the campsite, the bonfire very quickly is underway. On leads his wagon next to your wagon, Wiltix and Azure, so that you guys have formed up a bit of a chain. And he's more than happy to share the evening with you. He will share more of his drink with anyone who is keen. He is very generous with it. He's happy to share it with anyone who want to sip. And the food that he has as well, he's actually got some really nice salted fish and things like that, preserved fish and smoked salmon. He's happy to share if anyone wants to take part of his meal. Now, is there anything anyone wants to do during the night and evening, or shall we?
Oh, look, if it's dark, I wouldn't mind just having go for a bit of a walk and seeing what some of the other caravans have, what they're carrying.
Wiltix, as you begin to walk out into the darkness away from the light of the bonfire, you feel a strange sort of tickling in your eyes for a few seconds, and then now you can see perfectly in the night as this sort of tingling sensation moves across your eyes for a few seconds, and then suddenly everything swings into a much sharper focus. You're seeing in shades of black and white, but you have a much greater vision in the darkness as you move away from the firelight. And you feel that presence in your mind once more of Fenris. And Fenris just simply says, "You're welcome."
Oh, cheers, buddy. Don't know what else I was to say to that, but do me a favour, you turn the lights on.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Alright, well...
do you want to make me a stealth check, do you reckon? If you're being stealthy? Yeah.
That's what I was going to say,
Stealth check, absolutely.
A nat 20, 25.
Natural 20, total of 25. Wiltix, it as you begin moving through the undergrowth around this area of woodland, you feel your bones shifting a little bit as your feet elongate a little bit into those woven pads, and you find that you're sort of adjusting to a slightly mixed all fours and bipedal position to really give you that sense of and that control over where you're walking. And very soon you are completely silent as your now canine pads on your feet and the slight claws on your hands allow you to move with very precise, quiet movements through the undergrowth as your body takes on a little bit more of this woven feature. As you move through, you don't think anyone sees or hears you, including the local wildlife. You walk past a rat sort of sitting and sniffing at the edge of the firelight, does not see you as you walk past it. And you move around the caravans. You can make me an investigation check with advantage, because while you are at a natural 20 stealth, you are very hard to spot.
Yes. That's
6 and a 9.
A 9.
9.
Not that great.
As you begin looking through the wagons, how thorough are you being? You're just sort of having a quick glance in each one? Or?
To be honest with, I'd be having just a quick glance at the ones leading up to the one that Azure pointed out might be part of the cult group. So,
Absolutely.
might just going, peek in the first one, see a few birds, peek in the next one, might be dogfish.
As you look through a couple of the wagons on the way, there's nothing else that you see of interest, just some classic merchant goods. But when you get to the one that Azure pointed out, one of the crates does seem to have a small crack in it and seems to be slightly damaged. And you can also see that the wheel as well on this cart is also slightly damaged. And as you have a bit of a look in, you can see the glint of gold and silver inside this crate.
Oh, interesting. So just through a crack, you said, in the
it's a hint, a glint of moonlight reflects off, and it looks like there's other things in there, like almost looks like a fabric or a wool to wrap it up, but you can see this glint of gold and silver inside.
If I give that crack just a slight poke, does anything fall out?
No, the crack is pretty... it's small enough to see through, but not large enough for stuff to fall through, no. But as you give it a bit of a poke, it sort of creaks very slightly, and that's all you see.
You said the wheel was damaged?
Yeah, it looks like the wheel has a bit of a splintered crack through one of the spokes. Just notice that as you approach. As if the wagon was carrying some very heavy crates and boxes.
Okay. So what I would like to do is the side of the caravan where there's that bit of a crack. I want to... That's on the same side as where the wheel's broken, I'm assuming?
It is. Yes, it is.
Cool. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to pry that, not open, just enough to make it a bit weaker, I'm hoping. Just
The
pull it
wheel?
through with the nails there. And then the wheel that's holding the caravan up, I'd like to put a bit more pressure on that broken spoke, so that way I'd think that next time it goes to move and it's at the bottom, it might snap and break.
Make me a sleight of hand check, Wiltix, but this is very clever, and I love this.
It's a 14.
14, yeah. Using your dagger, you go across the other spoke on the opposite side and just file away a little bit, and then go 90 degrees, file away a little bit, and then go 90 degrees on the other side and file away a little bit. And you think now that you've weakened this wheel enough that if it takes a solid knock or too much pressure is applied, you think you could cause this wheel to shatter, to break off the spokes and to collapse this wheel.
Okay, and where we are, is it a flat area, or is it are we on a little bit of a hill?
There's
or...
occasional potholes in the road. It's pretty flat otherwise, but
perfect. So I don't think I have to dig a little hole or plant a rock further down.
You reckon the road itself will... Yeah, you reckon the road's going to cover this for you. Very nicely done.
Fantastic. Cool, and just a count of how many people are in that caravan as well is what I'd be aiming to do, because I'm assuming that they're probably keeping themselves away from the rest of the group anyway. Yeah.
No, they're actually pretty intermingled with the rest of the groups.
Oh, okay.
They're not keeping themselves that separate. There are 5 people who seem to be sort of in this area.
5.
One of them is the one that Azure pointed out. The other 4 seem to be sort of nearby, but again, it's hard to tell because they are intermingled with the rest of the group. Could be 2 other people have wandered over. You're not sure. Maybe anywhere between 3 and 5 you reckon are probably associated with the cult.
Okay. I think that's probably... I mean, look, I'm not game enough to try and walk away with a bunch of gold and silver at the moment, so might leave that at that, and I'll head back to the group so no one knows I'm missing.
Yeah. As the evening drags on a little bit and gets towards night and people start turning in, there's the sound of hoofbeats coming from the road, and a large, very elegantly made cart basically comes into view of the firelight. The doors of the cart, it's a cart, what's the word? It's like a chariot, I guess. What's the word when it's a like a what's what I'm thinking of when it's like an old cab where it's like a passenger cart with like room
carriage kind of thing, or
carriage. Thank you, carriage. It's a carriage, a very elegant black wood carriage. As it pulls up, it basically stops just at the edge of the firelight, and two of the guards walk over and begin speaking with the female half-elf who is driving this caravan. After a few moments, they step back, driving this carriage. After a few moments, they step back and return to their duties. And the lady driving this carriage steps down and walks over towards the wagon that you just investigated, Wiltix. All of you see this. It's in full view of the entire area. She goes towards the back of the wagon and then returns carrying a chest, and she moves back towards this carriage and places the chest inside, and a figure inside takes the chest from her, and the doors close once more. And then the wagon begins to move off out of the circle of firelight and disappear into the night.
Would I suspect that would be a lot of gold or silver taken?
No, it's a very small chest. No, it's like a handheld. Yeah, it's a hand. One person carried this. It's only. It's
so compared to what damage is being put. Yeah.
It's a very small chest. Yeah. And then the carriage heads off into the night. Two gas lanterns at the front and back, illuminating its way as it moves.
Would there be any way that we could unhitch and follow it?
Unhitch the horse if you wanted to ride along behind.
Yeah.
You could give it a go. Yeah, absolutely. You could unhitch the horse.
Would the other people get suspicious though? Like the ones that, just let them take the chest?
That's up to you guys to discuss. That's your decision.
I mean, are there any identifiable features of that carriage that we could find it again?
Yeah, the fact that the design itself is pretty unique. It's this very ornate black carriage. It's been painted black, but there were no emblems, no sigils, no markings on it whatsoever.
Okay.
But the design itself, you reckon if you saw the design again, you might recognize it.
What about the person that got out?
So the half-elf woman, she looked to be in her late 30s, early 40s, dressed in very understated traveling gear, long auburn hair tied back into a series of braids that went down her back. Just very sort of nondescript traveling gear. A light cream tunic with a sort of a red cardigan over the top, brown breeches and leather shoes. Nothing really to stand out. Looks like she was dressed very simply.
If you want to go after them as well, that's fine. I might try and talk to the guys at that caravan and see if they're happy to divulge some information on who just came and took some of the stuff.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, how fast are they traveling, Owen? Would it be easy enough to follow them on foot?
On foot's going to be tricky, and on horseback's going to be tricky because it is nighttime currently, as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
You reckon you could give it a go?
You might turn the horse's hoof and break a leg.
And you have seen a number of potholes on the road as you've come along.
And so, how are they traveling? I mean, they must be traveling pretty slow then.
No, they're actually reasonably quick. They've got a large gas lantern on the front of the wagon and a large lantern on the back, so they can see where they're going. And so the horse can see a bit too.
Okay.
You can't fly, can you?
I can, but only if I'm blinding in light. That's the trade-off.
He's a little bit obvious when he does it. Yeah.
Gotcha. So maybe not at night.
No, I'll be like a small sun.
I think we should call it going supernova.
Yeah, going supernova is probably a better example. Alright, was there any interaction between the person that took the crate and the guards that were with the carriage?
Only very minimal. So as soon as this carriage arrived, two of the guards walked over and had a conversation with the person on the front that you couldn't hear. The guards seemed satisfied with their answers and moved away and allowed them to disembark and walk towards the cultist wagon.
How far away are they now?
The carriage is out of sight. The cultist wagon is across the circle of firelight, probably like 40 feet away tops.
No, okay, that's too late. I'm closer. My
What would you
theory was to hide my medallion in the carriage.
Do you want to make me a stealth check to see if you can get over there while this is happening?
No.
10. As you go to move towards the wagon, towards the carriage, from behind the carriage, from a secret seat, a large dragonborn, a red dragonborn, steps forward and basically just stares you down with this massive greatsword on his back and just growls very softly as you sort of go towards the wagon, towards the carriage. Just this.
I just nod. Good evening, sir. Have a good one, and just slowly walk around as if I was just going.
Yep.
Yes, lovely to see you. Have a good one.
May the stars guide you.
Have a good one. As you walk away. And he goes back and steps back up onto the carriage and moves back out of line of sight into the darkness behind. That was a good idea, though. I liked it. Alrighty. As the carriage heads off into the night and you quickly lose sight of it, is there anything any of you guys would want to do before bed? I think, Simon, you said you wanted to try and talk to the cultists.
Oh, yeah, might as well.
Or the people you suspect are cultists.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah.
And just
Gloria?
Gloria's going to be silently scheming.
Silently scheming. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Azure?
What would I be doing? I'll stay with the cart because
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on all the goods.
Emeric, I'm guessing you hang out with On because he keeps giving you drink.
I reckon me and him will. Yeah, I'll be trying to form a little bit of, bond, I guess, or friendship. They're just chilling, taking it easy, kicking back.
Yeah, he's very argumentative, but seems to enjoy the argument. So whenever you make a statement, he disagrees with it quite profusely, and then gives reasons why you're wrong, and then looks to you as if it's your turn to disagree with him now and give reasons why he's wrong. And I'd say that Emeric seems a little bit opinionated too. Very quickly, you guys begin arguing about how much mercenaries should be paid, whether or not mercenaries are more fearsome than pirates, and things like that. Just constantly going back and forth. And he is very much enjoying this argument. Could you please make me I'd say it's a persuasion check, Emeric.
Sure. All right, let's do that.
13. Yeah, you and he, after a back and forth for the evening, you get the sense that he likes you, but his way of professing that is to argue with you constantly.
That's so weird.
Yeah. Mira, what would you be doing? And then we'll come to Wiltix.
Mira would just probably be trying to practice with her disguise kit, because she's not proficient.
Yeah. If Gloria wants to give you a bit of a hand and teach you some things, I'd say that would give you a bit of a help in future, if Gloria chooses to do that.
I'd say that'd feed my ego enough.
Because I guess you're coming in as an expert, oh no, that's all wrong.
But I'm gonna do it in a micromanagey kind of condescending way.
Okay.
Mira is very used to condescending overseers. This is
perfect.
Yeah.
Where you might not know, but Alice knows Gloria. Yeah, Alice knows Gloria.
Gloria is IRL, is she?
Yeah,
Gloria is a real life person.
You know what? As I played a character that was very cathartic as well, so I understand.
Yeah, you played Bolus. You're very first. No, not very first D&D character.
I get the feeling Gloria and Bolus have a lot in common.
I think they might, actually.
Yeah, I think so too. Fantastic. And then, so yeah, Gloria, as you sort of micromanage Mira, you do get the sense that you're starting to understand how this thing works. When you roll a check with this, you may add a +1. You are not proficient, but you are a bit more proficient.
Oh, I'm going to learn. And Mira just kind of
Yep.
says to herself, oh, I'm going to be a spy one day.
Oh my god.
Gloria, you hear her say that?
Yeah, she does.
Yeah. I mean, do you mind which side you spy for?
Well, the right side, of course.
Ah, one of those.
Well, look, I'm figuring it out. There's two sides to every story, I understand. But in the end, you've just got to look out for yourself. That's what I think.
Exactly. My kind of woman.
Otherwise, people just take advantage of you.
Ah, we won't let it get that far, will we?
I hope not.
Beat
Mira
them
looks
to the
into the
punch,
face
I
of
always
40
said.
years.
Wiltix. Yes, you head on over. Not so sneakily this time.
No. I'll head on over to the caravan guys and introduce myself and be like, hey guys, my name's... I'll just call myself Will for the moment,
Yep.
just to be a little bit more subtle.
Now, the question I have to ask is, are you wearing the cloak?
Yeah, I probably would be, actually. Like, probably would have been from the start.
Alright.
I mean, like, there's
as
no
you
need
head
for
on
me
over, as you head on over and attempt to talk to them, they don't seem to notice you. As they sort of like acknowledge your presence with a nod, but then immediately go back to what they're doing. They don't seem sort of focused on you or what you're saying.
So I'll walk past them, I'll lean against the caravan and just go, oh, was that guy meant to come pick up your stuff? Did you take one too many parcels, did you?
Oh, okay. So, one of the men sitting down, this is a hill dwarf male, very sort of intricate braided beard, but completely bald, with tattoos across the top of his head depicting an axe and a hammer. Sort of looks over round at you, doesn't really see you per se, but what you say does get through, and he goes, I think that was Aasimar coming to pick up some supplies that she needed to move urgently. I'm not quite sure much more than that. Apparently this was planned in advance, but no one told us.
Aasimar, do I know that name?
You've heard that name before.
Oh, I can't remember. That was wrong.
Aasimar is a name you've heard before. Aasimar is a name that's been associated with one of the leaders of the cult.
Ah, cool. Alright, all that, so, confirming that. Sweet. Awesome. What's Aasimar doing around these parts?
No idea.
No, okay. Well, I mean, it must have been pretty urgent what they needed in the back. Were they staying in the city, or were they somewhere else?
As he looks over towards you, Wiltix, he sort of squints a bit and goes, "Hey, why is it so hard to look at you?"
Mate, if I had $1 every time someone said that to me, it's yeah, I'd be rich. No, I haven't got the most pleasant face to look at, so I've.
He blinks a few times, rubs his eyes, and goes, "Hey, that's some sort of magic. What are you doing magic? Why are you trying to hide who you are? You creepy gnome."
I'm not trying to hide who I am. I don't understand.
I know you. I can see through it now. What is that?
Oh, this is my hood, my look. Maybe it's just a couple of the drinks that you've had tonight with the boys sitting around the fire.
You need to leave. You're not one of us. You're not supposed to be here. You need to back away.
Oh, just having some friendly chat. Just we're going to be spending a few days or a couple of weeks together. Might as well get to know each other a little bit. So
Hey, we can
stick
get to know
my
each
hands.
other, but you're asking a lot of questions about things that you should not be asking questions about.
Oh, you can ask about my caravan. You're more than welcome.
I don't care about your caravan.
Okay, I'm just trying to be friendly. Cool.
Go talk to one
alright.
of the fucking merchants. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're here. I don't like that you've used magic to sneak in here.
I didn't
You need to back away.
walk straight over to you. I didn't realise that there was anything magical going on. But look, if you say so, maybe I'll have a chat to you tomorrow or something like that in the daylight if you would like to see me a little bit better.
I'm watching you, little man.
More than happy for you too. So I'll be
Enjoy
like,
the
No,
view.
with nothing to hide.
with that, I'll walk away and might. Emeric's drinking at the moment, isn't he?
I'm
Yeah,
with
okay.
my friend, the orc boy.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm not telling you anything because you're probably just going to yell it out. But I'll walk over to Azure and be like, "Yeah, that was Resinir in that carriage. So definitely, they're the ones that we're going to be looking for."
Keep going.
Yeah, you're a bit drunk at this point, Emeric, with the concept.
That's
of
all I was
them.
testing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd be saying that to Azure.
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it. And then I'd probably ask Mira what she's doing.
Practicing with disguise kit, yeah.
Mira, I've just been telling everyone that you fell asleep one day lying on your side in the sun and just got a bit too much tan. But, feel the need to hide it like that, then fair enough.
Oh my god.
It seemed like a good idea. Considering I'm kind of enemy number one. Well, I wanted number something. I just felt like I needed to hide.
That's fair enough. Sure.
Alrighty. You guys may benefit from a long rest. As you sleep through the evening. Emeric, a little bit drunk by this point, definitely starting to feel a bit tired as the fatigue begins to set in.
Oh yeah, he is.
As you,
He's stumbling around.
Yeah, you're like passed out at this point. As you guys sleep through the night, Azure, during the evening, you hear sounds of movement coming from behind your caravan, but when you get up to have a look, there's nothing there anymore. You turn back to sleep, no signs of anything there. And when all four of you awaken in the morning, where Gloria's sleeping bag was is now an empty patch of dirt with a folded over note sitting propped up against a rock. With the title... What would you have written on the envelope, Gloria? Like, to the Tempest Guild, or Dear Suckers, or...
Oh no, I have no gold left now.
I don't know. I feel like it'd be
New friends.
Yeah, right.
minions.
My new students. My young apprentice.
Yeah, I don't know.
Apprentice.
Something condescending, better than I can think of right now.
Well, let's go with students for the moment.
What about
then.
peons? That's always a great word.
Peons?
Peons.
Yeah.
What does
Younglings.
that mean?
Peon is like a minion.
All right, peon then. Yeah.
Peons, yeah.
Sure.
And it just simply says peons written in this very fine cursive script as it sits propped against a rock. And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Oh, we don't get
Yeah,
the letter.
I reckon that's a good time.
I
Oh,
think that's a good
Yeah,
time. So
very
you get
cool.
to see what that says next session. Perfect. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We've had an absolute blast. Really interesting session tonight. Not quite how I thought that would go. I had some random stuff queued up to roll. And you guys just rolled really, really well on the random encounter tables. Nicely done. You bypassed
we
some
role played.
role
Hey.
played.
Hey.
Nicely, yeah. Nicely done. And I was really stoked to have fucking Ocean Jones come in. I've had him on that roll table since episode 1, and I finally rolled him, and I was like, yes. Awesome. No, so thank you everybody. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys again for the next episode of Tyranny of Dragons next Tuesday. There'll definitely be more live streams coming up. I'll be doing another Valley live stream sometime in the next couple of days, and I'm sure that we'll be doing another Phasmophobia live stream this
100%.
weekend or Thursday, or we're not sure yet. We're still figuring it out.
Thursday,
But potentially Thursday night. So yeah, we'll definitely keep you posted on Phasmophobia, and we will continue doing the roleplay inside Phasmophobia. It just adds another whole level that I love. But yeah, thank you so much everybody for joining us. We will bid you all good night, and we will see you all for episode 16. We're almost in the 20s now, guys. This is crazy.
Oh shit!
Thank you everyone who's
Nice.
been joining us on the live stream. I see that we've had a number of people pop in and out, and a couple of people saying hi. Please come and join us on the live stream. Say hi in the chat. If you've got any questions, hit us up. We're more than happy to answer them. Otherwise, Facebook and Twitter, you can hit us up at the Lost Archives or at Archives Lost. That's everything from me. Any messages from anyone else?
I reckon that's pretty good.
Thanks for coming. And,
Yeah,
sweet.
You said everything.
Will you be
Beautiful.
back,
Thank
Alice?
you. Well, I was going to say thank you so much, Alice, for joining us for this session. We may be seeing Alice again. We'll see you, and Gloria. We may be seeing Alice and Gloria again.
Such a good
We'll see.
character. Oh.
Have to read that note.
Yeah.
Ah.
I mean, I definitely have created a whole new overlay, so we'll definitely be seeing Gloria again at some point, and character art. But yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you so much, guys. I love your work. It's great to have you back, Claire. Yeah, we'll see you guys all again very, very soon. Good night, everybody. Stay
Good night,
safe.
all. Stay safe.
Stay safe.
Bye.
See you later.